Oh boy. Welcome back to Honest Opinion. Today we're going to talk about the Ubisoft Forward event that just happened. Um, Full disclosure, I am a giant fan of everything Ubisoft makes usually. Um, so my bias might show in this. I do love their games. I think the last one I didn't like was Far Cry 5. I never beat that. Far Cry New Dawn, I didn't beat that. And Assassin's Creed Origins, I did not fully beat that one either. But every other game I have played and beaten when it comes to single player. Um, the event, because of everything that's been going on with Ubisoft concerning the sexual assault allegations from the director of Valhalla to several executives being let go this week over that. They put out a message on Twitter before the event that this was pre-recorded before all that went down. And so they wanted everyone to know that they do take it seriously and they are wanting to have the right steps happen. So that was good. And, explaining why they weren't going to address it into the thing was a good idea. Then the event started. They had a bunch of preview stuff. I was out getting something to eat, so I didn't catch all of it. But what I did catch was that Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the game that never was, is finally going to get NPC assistance July 15th. So we're finally going to have NPCs in the game for you to use on your squad, which is a fantastic idea. So hopefully that turns out great. Then the show started. And they started off with Watch Dogs Legion, which I'm very excited for. I love Watch Dogs. Yeah, I know people got pissy about the first one. But I'm a big, giant fan of everything that Watch Dogs is, especially that second game. And this one seems like it's an evolution of what the second game turned into, being able to customize how you approach any mission and how you do things. And the NPC thing is still a fantastic gimmick that I love so much. And, of course, showing off a little gameplay. I think they show off more. There's more out there. I just have to go find it. It's a good game. It's going to be great. It's going to be more Watch Dogs. And if you like Watch Dogs 2, specifically 2, you're going to love Watch Dogs Legion. They announced the release date is October 29th. I cannot be more excited to play that game. The big question is, will I buy it on October 29th or do I wait? Now, that also raises the question of smart delivery and all that, but I don't want to get into that until a little bit later. They also talked to a level designer, which, we've had so many of these events where they're talking to the people involved and they've turned out to be kind of dumb. I think Ubisoft was the best one. This level designer, she was interesting to talk to. She was fun, and I like what she had to say. And it was actually kind of cool to hear how she kind of did her job and the little Easter eggs she hid in a couple games. I thought that was funny. Then they went into, God, I really hate mobile games so much sometimes, man. They talked about 3 mobile games. Brawlhalla is coming to mobile. They bragged about Might and Magic Era of Chaos, I think. And then they showed Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, which they've talked about for like 2 years. I don't even know if that game's going to be real, but, it's a hero fucking objective game. I don't fucking know. They didn't show anything. They just showed some weird trailer. This was a lull period, but I'm glad that they grouped it all together. And then they showed a 5 years of Siege thank you trailer, announced that there's been 60 million players. That's cool stuff, but again, it's a lull. Thank you for showing it. Then we got back into the meat and potatoes of Hyperscape. Hyperscape is their free-to-play Battle Royale game, I think. I have no idea because they showed off this story trailer. Which just pisses you off because if it is just going to be another fucking Battle Royale, stop. Just stop with the trailers, guys. Like, if you have no intention of doing something single player or story based with your game, stop trying to make it seem like, oh, well, the story will play out in the game. No, it won't. It'll play out in little things I have to fucking find and then read. That's not, or new characters, trailers. Apex does that shit. Overwatch did that shit. This is going to do that shit. If you're not going to put single-player experiences in your games, stop making it seem like you are. Titanfall tried it. It didn't work when the first Titanfall came out. It did with the second one because they put a single-player part to it. Stop trying to add single-player-esque story beats to a multiplayer bang-bang shooter game. It doesn't work because no one's going to let you enjoy the fucking environment. So I still have no idea if this game's anything more than a battle royale. It's only on PC, and it's an open beta for PC only, and PC this and PC that. So I have no idea what's going on with that game, but, I want to play it. I just don't play on PC, so I have no idea, which is weird for Ubisoft. Ubisoft's usually everybody. And then, oh my God, Phil Spencer decided to rear his face and brag about smart delivery. Phil, both fucking consoles are doing upgrades for free. Avengers has announced it. Watch Dogs has announced it. And Valhalla is doing it. Why the fuck do you find it necessary to brag about a feature that both consoles are doing? Any chance you fucking get. Dude, stop talking so fucking much. If that doesn't make you, again, going back to the last time I did this, red flags. That's a red flag. Why the fuck do you have to talk about smart delivery so much? Why the fuck are you bragging about features so much? And I don't trust Phil Spencer. I don't trust him. He says he's for the gamer, but man, it's the little red flags that all he wants to do is tote features. Features don't sell systems, Phil. Games sell systems. Look at how badly you're getting beat by Nintendo, who you had a 2-year head start on, and Sony leaving you in the dust. Do you think it's their features that make it sold? Switch has a great feature. It's called portability. PlayStation just creates games. What the fuck are you doing? Your features are great. But you know what helps those features? Games. Because I don't need your features to play any of the games that you're giving me. A lot of people already got pissed off at Fallout 76, so they don't need you to be around. Well, hey, you can play it on Game Pass now. Who fucking cares, Phil? I can get it for $5. I don't need Game Pass for that. Thank you for Crosscode. But your approach has been sloppy at best because you have no games. And yes, your event is on the 23rd, and I can't wait. I really hope you prove me wrong, but man, I am not. Xbox fans, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm so hesitant on everything just because of the way he keeps talking. He's talking too much. He's talking too much. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Holy shit. Damn. There's some evolutions in that game, and you can totally see it. They showed 30 minutes of gameplay right after the event. They went, hey, here's 30 minutes of gameplay immediately after they said goodbye. And I stuck around for that, which is why I was a little late to record this, but that's a dope video game. It's like an evolution of Assassin's Creed Odyssey with some tightness to it. I feel like the combat's going to be way more tighter, and there's going to be some difficulty spikes with the enemy types, which I also like that there is a variety. I think that's the theme of this game is variety. You can approach anything any way you want. Here's some variety to it. They're taking that Watch Dogs-esque that they've been doing, and that hey, freedom of choice, freedom of play. And they're evolving it, and I'm excited for that. And I think that Valhalla is gonna be fun. Putting in that Nordic, Norse, and pagan aspects to it is going to I think that's going to make that even more interesting. Showing the little Stonehenge thing, that's cool. I know we have gotten so far away from the precursor story, to the point that the Assassin's Creed name is mainly just an open world action game with stealth. And I'm okay with that, honestly. The precursor thing didn't feel like it was going anywhere to begin with after Desmond died in Assassin's Creed 3. And you've been telling some pretty interesting stories under that moniker. Yes, Unity had a lot of problems, but it was a good story. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, great story. Origins, which I hated so much. People like that story. Odyssey, great story. You can keep using that moniker. I'm fine with it because what are you going to fucking call it? Viking Quest or some bullshit? That was an Entourage reference. I know I'm the only one who watched that show. But my concern was the release date is November 17th. You're going to go right up against Watch Dogs. You are not even a month apart. Those two games are going to affect each other. And I get the feeling that Watch Dogs is going to get the short end of this stick. So I pray to God that one of them gets fucking delayed. Because I think Assassin's Creed has been around for 14 years. Watch Dogs had 2 games. Everyone shit on the first, and then because they shit on the first, they thought it was cool to shit on the second without playing it, even though the second one is really good. I'm going to be buying Watch Dogs Legion. I think I'll wait for Valhalla when I get a next-gen console. But I plan on getting, I think, Legion first. Because I have played both Watch Dogs games on both consoles. All the way through. With DLC. Because I love them that much. And I'll probably do the same thing with this one. I'll probably get it on one console basic. And then once the gold version goes on sale on the other, I'll buy it on that. That's how I'll do it. Valhalla I'll probably wait on because I know Valhalla is going to beat it in sales. And so I'd rather support the little guy who deserves this and who's been doing some cool shit. I had 3 games and they've innovated all 3 times. Assassin's Creed, yes, I get it. You're starting to find a niche in the action RPG world, but man, I don't care as much. Like, I'm going to buy that because you picked Vikings and I'm fucking totally in. Oh boy. Then we get to the, man. Yves talked for a little bit. But then here came Far Cry 6 with a Narcos-style, like, cinematic trailer. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, Far Cry 6. And then this story trailer with Giancarlo Esposito and a fucking grenade and his son Diego. Holy shit, was that awesome. That's a way to fucking, like, leave an impression. Like, if you watch that Far Cry 6 trailer and went, I don't care. You at least have to be like, huh, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I get it. Far Cry is a very boring game. I didn't beat 5, and I didn't beat New Dawn because they were just overwhelmingly too big, and they were just not interesting enough to me to care. I might play 6. I might beat 6 because you got me back with you got a great actor as your villain. I'm fucking in. So I'm excited to see where that comes. That's coming out February 18th of 2021. So that's stunning. Again, not affecting Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs, which is weird. Overall, I think it was a good event. You know, the lull in the middle wasn't the worst thing. You know, they said that they have more stuff to show and they'll show it later. That's fine. You can show it later, but my concern is how close Watch Dogs is to Assassin's Creed. Those 2 games definitely are going to affect each other. As much as they want to deny that they won't, they will. It's like being fucking EA thinking that Battlefield 1, which is an older shooter, and Titanfall 2, which is a futuristic shooter, aren't going to affect each other. They do. Because people don't look at Battlefield and Titanfall. Oh, this one's this type of game, and this one's this type of game. No, what they see is shooter. They see shooter. And they're going to do the same thing with Watch Dogs. It's 2 action games. 2 action games that play pretty much the same. Do I want to deal with Vikings or do I want to deal with a future that it feels like we're slowly going towards in a creepy way? Hyperscape's trailer hit kind of hard. And that's a concern too. Why the fuck does Hyperscape seem like it's going to give us an interesting story, yet we're not going to be able to know anything about that story because it's a fucking battle royale? Stop doing this. Overall, good event. Good flow to it. And I'm excited to play Watch Dogs. I'm excited to play Assassin's Creed at some point, but I really hope that one of them gets delayed. I hope it's not Watch Dogs because I want that game more than I want Assassin's Creed, I think, when it comes to the way to purchase. But that's it for my honest opinion. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. You know, this channel doesn't have a lot of activity. I hang out on Twitch more. If you want to discuss video games with me there, you can find me there. ZeroMan816 on Twitch as well. And again, if you guys want, sound off in the comments what you thought about the Ubisoft event. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good night.